It started with the rockets in the morning. It was the worst hail of rockets that I've ever experienced. The whistling and the bombardment, it's a sound that I cannot, it's never gonna leave my head. And I ran outside to help my sister and her kids to go inside our house because they do not have a safe space in their home. And they ran inside with everything outside, and one of the kids fell on the floor. We picked him up. We ran into the safe space. The day went by, and at some point we followed everything on the media to see what's happening around us. And when at some point, I'm not sure at what time, our electricity went out. No internet, no electricity, no reception. So we couldn't connect to the outside world at all. We couldn't connect even with the settlements around us.
Wow.
So we didn't know what is happening outside of our moshav.
And I just want to mention to our viewers, I mean, this was happening to virtually everybody in that same situation at that time. Nobody knew what was going on. People were cut off. So, right.
Cut off completely. So we waited. We tried to contact people. My mother was on the phone with people from Kibbutz Be'eri. My mother is... we have, every settlement here has a team of people who are in charge of the security of the tenants of the settlement.
Right, 24/7. People are on call. These are volunteer residents of the communities who
this is
are
the
on
work.
call.
When something starts, they do. My mother, her job is she's one of these groups. She runs this group.
Wow.
And helps make everybody know where everyone and make everyone safe. So she got calls from people from Be'eri when everything started, and she called to ask them what's going on, and then they're saying on the phone, they're saying, "Oli, I'll call you later. They're burning down my house." Bye.
Wow.
And at some point we got cut off completely for almost 24 hours. My girlfriend didn't know where I am. I didn't know where my friends are. Some of them I did managed to get in touch a little bit just to know they're okay, people who weren't at the party. And some of my friends weren't so lucky. Our settlement is straight line from one of the bases they infiltrated.
Right.
And by sheer luck, they decided not to come. We're like, I'm not like a kilometer from that base. And they decided to drive on the main road instead of cutting through the fields and coming to us. I was trying to reach out for my friends that day until I got cut off. And then we just didn't know. And we sat at home. We armed ourselves with what we have, whether it's knives or a bow and arrow. My father pulled out a handgun from World War II that my grandfather used to carry on him.
Better than nothing.
And we cleaned it.
Wow.
And we loaded it, and we made sure it cycles because we didn't have a weapon to protect ourselves. We just had, and we sat in that darkness for a lot of time and staring out the window. We have in my bathroom a very small window that guards the road that leads to my house in my moshav. And then we just sat there and waited while our brothers are being slaughtered in other places. We know that something very bad is happening other places. We know that there are terrorists coming in kibbutzim and moshavim around us, but we didn't know if they're coming to us.
Right.
We would just waited.
Tom, how long were you basically holed up in that safe space? How long was it before any form of Israeli security force got to where you were?
At the start, people protected themselves. I told you there is a group of people that is in charge of the security of people who live in the settlements. And the first force to react to everything that happened is the people
Those
there
volunteers.
with the few guns we have. So.
And you guys were on your
a
own
while.
for that entire day at least.
For the start of it, because I cannot express enough.
Seems we have a little technical issue there. Talking to Tom again, just one of the honestly countless at this point people who experienced far too close the terrors and traumas of that day. We're trying to bring you some of those more fortunate accounts right now. Again, as Tom, and I understand we have Tom back with us. Tom Amsallem again. He's sharing his horrifying experience from there. If you're back, Tom, I'm not sure exactly where you left off. Yes, I know, but it was by the end of that day. When did it start becoming clear to you the scale of what had happened?
To be honest, it still doesn't.
Still not. Yeah.
We still don't. We lost so many.
Right.
So many people, good people, like civilians, good people.
Right.
Our area, for all my life, I'm living there 23 years. All right. For all my life, the people who live in the Gaza Strip, around the Gaza Strip, in Eshkol and the other regional councils around us, these are people who always wanted peace. All of them always believed that peace is achievable somehow, and they had full belief in that. I cannot express enough how unprecedented this event is. No one in their worst nightmares would even think to himself to even think about imagining such a horrible situation. And
Tom, you mentioned living there for so many years. Okay, if you can try to describe your feelings, how they've changed since this massacre happened. Is everything different for you? The way you see your existence here? Describe how things have changed for your mindset now towards Gaza, even since this happened.
I've lost a close friend of mine and another friend.
Take your time, Tom.
We want the world to know what happened to us. We want the world to know that 23 years, Hamas is putting their hands on us and on also the civilians of Gaza. They're doing whatever they want. They're shooting rockets for 23 years. Ever since I know myself, there are alarms. We are a post-traumatic society and a community, and the best I can do for my friends and loved ones and the loved ones of my friends that fell or kidnapped. We want the world to know that what happened in a Saturday, it's not war. This is not warfare.
No.
This is the purest form of evil. The stories I've heard from people I love, from people I old people, families. This is not warfare. Justice needs to be made. And people of the world needs to see for the final time what face does Hamas have. They always play the victim, and everybody believes them. They're shooting rockets at Israel for 23 years, and people protect them until this point in time, where the most unbelievable, unimaginable, horrific situation happened. No one here believes it. No one. We cannot perceive that this is what we went through. People cannot get in terms with the loved ones they lost because it's so unimaginable.
Yes.
I want to tell you a story that there is a house that got infiltrated in Kibbutz Reim.
Okay.
And my sister and her husband used to live in Reim. And they were thinking to themselves a few months ago, they wanted to either come live in where I live, in my moshav, or stay in Kibbutz Reim. The final house that Reim offered them is this house that I'm telling you that got infiltrated. If they choose to come to live in our moshav. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think. I want everyone that watch this. I want you to think that you are at home, sitting in the dark, staring at a window, without internet, without electricity, without reception, just waiting to hear from at least one person that you love. One. And you can't contact nobody. Imagine. And after that, you realize that all of these people you were waiting for their call are dead. Think about that. Everyone that even thinks to protect Hamas, I want you to think about that. Imagine your family. All the people we lost they are the most peaceful and humane people in Israel, even. We didn't deserve this.
No.
No one deserves this. I want everybody to know what we endured, what we've been through, what my loved one been through. My friends that had to run away for their lives when they were shooting at them like a sitting duck. My friend who didn't have the chance and tried to run out of his room and they caught him. Or my friend that got jumped to fight in a kibbutz next door and fell during the fighting. Or my friend that his father got kidnapped. This is not a community of a city. This is a family. We know everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody. We need the world to know and help and see what has happened, the horrors. It's unimaginable for everyone, even us. We don't understand what's going through.
The entire
I'm doing
nation.
my best.
I can just say you're giving great. You're giving your voice. You're doing a great job at it, Tom. You're giving a good voice to the deep pain and frustration that the entire nation feels with you right now. Tom Amsallem, thank you again for being strong as beyond. So thank you for showing up on our program again. So many people looking in, eager to hear from.
Thank you for letting me come on.
Thank you, Tom. Hang in there.